School on Wheels presents Tips for Working with High-Energy Children, Part 3. This is the third in our series of videos focusing on questions related to working with high-energy students. Today's question: how can you best set up the tutoring hour for a child with high energy or ADHD? While most students love coming to tutoring, many of our sessions take place after school, which can end up being a very long day for some children. Throughout the school day, students are constantly expected to be focused and attentive, a task that is especially difficult for students with high energy. By the time they get to School on Wheels tutoring, it might seem almost impossible to get students to concentrate. There are, however, a few simple things you can do when you're setting up the tutoring hour to help high-energy students focus on their homework. 1. Organize the space. Students with high energy or ADHD can be easily distracted by their physical area, including the tutoring space. As soon as your child sits down at tutoring, help him organize the desk or table. Take away any supplies or papers that don't immediately relate to the task at hand. These can serve as a distraction. Having only the essentials in the student's workspace will help them concentrate on their homework. 2. Set expectations. Although students often seem like they dislike rules and structure, they actually thrive under these conditions. When you first meet your student during the tutoring hour, set your expectations with them. Let them know that you're there to help them with their homework, and that is the goal that you want to accomplish before they leave. If needed, you can gently remind students of showing mutual respect. They are to respect you, and you in turn will show them respect. 3. Lay out the tutoring hour and reduce transition periods. Having students get into a routine during tutoring is one of the most important things you can do to help them prepare for the hour. At School on Wheels, we have the same layout at all of our tutoring locations. First, start with a writing prompt, then work on homework, and finally finish the hour with reading and curriculum pieces. To wrap up, you can also fill out the orange progress sheet together with your student. This gives you both an opportunity to reflect on the hour and remember all you accomplished. It also lets parents know what each child did during the tutoring session. Having set a routine allows students who move between shelter locations to have some stability and know what to expect at tutoring. As you enter the tutoring hour, review this order with your students. If they know the order in which you will complete activities, they will be more mentally prepared for each one. Additionally, transition periods between activities can be some of the most challenging times for students with high energy. Giving them a 1-minute warning before you transition to the next activity and having the new task ready to go will help eliminate distraction and assist students with staying on task. 4. Break things down. When we sit down to complete a task, we make a mental list in our heads of what steps need to be completed in what order. This can be a very difficult skill for students. Without this mental list, they get overwhelmed by how to reach the end product and instead get distracted by other things. To combat this issue, give your student a task to complete, but break it down into smaller, more attainable steps. As Sandra, a tutor who recently held a tutor workshop, said,
lay it out. We have 3 things we can do today. We're going to do this during lunch, and we're going to do this, and these are the steps. And break it down into steps, and I think that has helped enormously.
This way, they can focus on one step at a time without getting distracted, and once they complete a step, they feel a sense of accomplishment and want to work harder to complete the rest of the task. A long day at school combined with high-energy students can make an hour of tutoring and homework help seem like an eternity. Following these tips, however, can set up students for success during the tutoring hour. Now that you're set up to start the tutoring session, stay tuned for our next and final video in this series when we will talk about tips that you can use to actively keep students engaged during the hour.